So recently there's been some rumors that Nvidia is going to be dropping pricing on some of their worst selling GPUs, specifically the RTX 4070, 4070 Ti, and 4080. All three of these cards have been selling very poorly, which is why even today you can find them at MSRP pretty much anywhere you go. Now I want to talk about that along with some AMD GPU rumor news as well. And this video today is going to be, kind of quick and dirty, not the kind of dirty that, you make a bro pack down in Mexico, but more the quick and dirty like corporate profiteering, which obviously we know it goes on with Nvidia, AMD, and other companies as well. Before we talk about all of that, I need to remind you about this month's giveaway. This giveaway, I'm giving away a 1TB 980 NVMe Pro. You can enter the giveaway down in the description below if you haven't already. There's something like 10 days left. So make sure to get subscribed, enter this giveaway, and I will have another one coming out next month. All right, so let's address Nvidia rumors. So Igor's lab was talking about the fact that due to rebates and other things within the industry, there may be price dropping on the 4070 specifically as much as $50 in the very near future. I'm going to link that article down below as it's a very good read. Now, being your guy on the inside, working within the industry, I want to talk about how the rebate system actually works. So both AMD and Nvidia will provide incentives to companies like iBuyPower or third-party manufacturers like ASUS to basically push certain products and therefore get rebates that can save them money. And whatever they choose to do this with these savings is really up to the company. Now, the problem is that margins on computer parts for these companies is razor thin, and that is due in no small part to Nvidia's business practices, which around 2018, they started selling their GPUs at essentially consumer pricing to third-party companies like ASUS and MSI. This is one of the biggest reasons that EVGA is no longer a company. They simply could not deal with not being able to make enough profit in that sector due to these business practices. Now, while these rebates certainly help, typically companies take them for themselves as a way to generate a little bit more profit, because usually there's not that much profit to begin with. But the price dropping that I'm thinking is going to occur is actually going to be due to a number of forces. So let's talk about the first one. Nvidia makes the vast majority of their money from AI right now. If you don't believe me, all you have to do is check their current stock price to realize that this is the case. They make as much as 20 times the amount of profit selling GPUs in the AI market that they do in the consumer or desktop market. Now, this doesn't mean that they obviously aren't focused on gaming GPUs and making profit there, but realistically, their units have not been moving, and if they don't make any price adjustments, the market may force them to do that due to both competition, but also their own new product lines coming out. And so let's talk about competition. There are some rumors about both the performance and spec of the new 7700 XT and 7600 XT coming out from AMD, which will compete directly with the 4070 and 4070 Ti and the 4060 and 4060 Ti, which we all expect to be dropping very, very soon, making sure that their pricing is as much as $100 less than the Nvidia alternative. That would mean that a 7700 XT could be as cheap as $550 or maybe even $500. That's a little wishful thinking, but it is possible. And that the 7600 XT could be $400 or sub $400, as we know that the 3060 Ti and the 4060 Ti and 4060 are going to be coming in somewhere between $379 to like $450 for both of those respectively, at least based off what we've seen. So Nvidia is in a situation where whether they want to or not, they're going to have to drop their prices on these GPUs because they just aren't moving. And I've heard that really the only reason that Nvidia GPU pricing has stayed somewhat steady is that it's due to Nvidia actually artificially controlling the supply themselves. They've essentially down ramped all of their GPU production to make sure that there's essentially not that many going into the market, which is keeping demand somewhat high. And that might sound like speculation, but I've heard some things in the industry. It's kind of like if I said, hey, did you hear Darth Vader went to such and such and killed a bunch of rebels there? You'd be like, yeah, that sounds like something he'd do. So anyway, guys, just a quick video today to kind of talk about these rumors going on. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, leave me a thumbs up. If that was terrible, leave me a thumbs down. Remember, get subscribed and hit that bell icon so you know when these videos drop next. Like I said, got some more videos in the works, but I appreciate you watching, and I'll see every single one of you next time.